One of the most common questions I get on this channel is which is cheaper, a trip to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or the Disney Cruise Line. So in this video, I'm finally breaking down the price differences and unique costs or savings each Disney vacation offers. So if you're planning a Disney trip in 2025 but aren't sure where to go, this video might help you see some options are more within your reach than you originally thought. Before we dive into the numbers, comment down below which vacation you think will be the cheapest and which you think will be the priciest. I'm curious to see what everyone's guesses are on that. Each Disney vacation has some common costs, but also some unique ones that might increase or lower the overall price. To keep things as fair as possible, we'll compare based on a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 kids ages 3 to 9, with trip dates set for May 2025. We'll look at the high-end and more moderate hotel options and stateroom options, along with estimates for food costs.
I'm counting up my dollars and checking the price. Each option is so magical, but will it suffice? Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise, which will win and which will lose? I got dreams and dollars, and I'm trying to decide which vacation should I choose, and will my budget survive?
The one expense we will not be including is travel to the destination, because based on where you live, that varies greatly. So whether you need to fly or drive to a location might end up being a big factor in deciding which is the most cost effective for you. So whether you need to get to Orlando or Anaheim or one of the Disney cruise ports, which can be found in Florida, Texas, New York, New Orleans, and San Diego. Now let's start our price comparison with the home of the most visited theme park in the world, which is Walt Disney World. One of the great things about Walt Disney World is there are more than 20 themed Disney hotels, and they range in price in 3 categories with value, moderate, and deluxe. Because Disney World is home to 4 unique theme parks, we will be planning for 4 days in the parks, spending 1 day at each, so that means 5 nights at a hotel, May 4th through May 9th. Starting out with a deluxe resort near Magic Kingdom, the Wilderness Lodge, which is an absolutely beautiful hotel. The nightly rate before taxes is $572 a night. With tax, for 5 nights, it costs you $3,220. Adding on 4 4-day park tickets will bring the total to $5,699.78. Now you could make each of these park hoppers, but I personally don't think you need the park hopper option at Walt Disney World. There is enough to do at each of the parks, and yes, Animal Kingdom does close a little earlier, so that night you can go have some fun at Disney Springs or chill at your resort hotel. So, still plenty to do. For our value option, we will be staying at the Pop Century Hotel with a nightly rate of $211, bringing your 5-night total to $1,188. Adding tickets will bring your total to $3,666.90. And if you went with the park hoppers, it would be $4,050.30. So for this scenario, the 5 nights and 4 days in the parks at the Deluxe Hotel is $5,699.78. The Value Hotel is $3,666.90. Now let's talk about food. For each breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we are going to stick with a typical price range. For breakfast, our example price will be a Mickey waffle with chocolate hazelnut spread and bananas at Sleepy Hollow for $8.49, getting 3 of these for the family of 4 to split since they are pretty big. Our typical breakfast cost will be $25.47. For lunch, our example will be Pecos Bill's Tall Tale Inn with a nacho bowl at $12.99, a Southwest Caesar salad at $12.99, and a kid's cheeseburger for $8.49. But we'll be ordering 2 of those, plus my rule is you gotta end with something sweet, so mini churros with chocolate sauce to share for $6.99. Lastly, for our dinner example, we'll go with the Regal Eagle Barbecue at Epcot, getting the Memphis Dry Rub Pork Ribs for $16.49, the Kansas City Half Smoked Chicken for $15.49, and the kids' chicken strips for $8.49, but we'll be ordering 2 of those. And because it's dinner, we are going to be getting 2 desserts. We'll split the s'mores brownie for $5.49 and the banana pudding for $5.49. Our dinner total is $59.94, bringing the total for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to $135.36. 4 full days in the park will be $541.44. Adding dinner for the day you arrive and breakfast for the day you leave will be $626.85.
Disney World has 4 theme parks and their fireworks show is off the charts. So many hotels, but will any of them really fit my price?
For Disneyland, since there are 2 theme parks, we can get everything done a bit faster. So we'll plan for 3 days in the parks and 4 nights at the hotel. Prices are for May 4th through May 8th. Disneyland doesn't have as many official Disney options when it comes to hotels, so we'll go over the price for the Grand Californian Hotel, the Pixar Place Hotel, and a non-Disney hotel, the Element, which is a 10 to 12 minute walk to the park. One night at the Grand Californian Hotel is $666, while the Pixar Pier Hotel is $408 and the Element is $209. Keep in mind these are all standard room views, so no guarantee of any park view with these rooms. Adding 3-day tickets takes things up to $4,747, $3,538, and $2,427. And because the parks are so close and it's so easy to park hop, I highly recommend park hopping tickets at Disneyland so you don't miss out on any of the attractions or entertainment. So that bumps the price up a few $100s. When it comes to food, for breakfast we'll get 3 cinnamon rolls at the Jolly Holiday Bakery for $6.29 each, bringing our total for breakfast to $18.87. For lunch we'll be at California Adventure at Aunt Cass Cafe in San Francisco with 2 San Francisco clam chowder bread bowls for $12.99 each, and for the kids, 2 kids mac and cheeses for $8.49 each. And next door at the Lucky Fortune Cookery, we will go and get 1 Baymax macaroon to share for $7.29, so the total is $50.25. For dinner, we'll be getting the fried chicken dinner at the Plaza Inn for $19.99, the penne pasta with chicken Alfredo sauce for $15.99, and 2 kids meals, either the chicken tenders or the penne pasta for $8.49, and getting a slice of the seasonal cake to split for $7.29, bringing our total for dinner to $60.25. That daily total for food would be $129.37. For 3 days, it would be $388.11. And then adding on breakfast and dinner for when you come and go, $467.23. Keep in mind the Element Hotel does offer a breakfast included in the price, so in this example, you would save over $75 by getting breakfast over there. Or you can always save a little bit more by bringing your own breakfast items or snacks throughout the day.
Disneyland is where the magic began. Mickey and Minnie on Main Street walking hand in hand. But what will it cost? And will my wallet survive? I want to experience the magic, but which choice is right?
Now before we start talking about the Disney Cruise Line, if you are finding this video helpful, please give a like and consider subscribing to the channel, because my hope is always to make your next Disney adventure a little bit more magical. Now let's talk about the Disney Cruise Line. Because you need to pick a specific cruise itinerary, the length of the cruise, the ship you are on, the ports you visit, and the time of year you cruise will all impact the cost. For this example, we are using a 4-night cruise leaving May 5th and returning May 9th, visiting the Bahamas, including Disney's private destination, Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. For a family of 4, an inside stateroom would cost $3,782. An ocean view stateroom would cost $3,926, and a veranda stateroom would cost $4,182. No matter which kind of stateroom you pick, you still get all the same entertainment, shows, access to the pools, etc. throughout your cruise. And unless you want specialty items, all of the meals are included, though you do need to pay gratuity for your stateroom host and your serving team. The recommended gratuity amount is $14.50 per night per guest, including infants and children. So for a family of 4, that's $58 per day. For a 4-night cruise, that is $232. And while you can get off at each port, if you do want any special port adventures, there are additional costs for those. But port adventures certainly aren't required to have a great time. And we didn't add the travel costs for the Disney World or Disneyland trips, so we won't add that here either. But in most cases, you will need to have a 1-night stay in a hotel the night before your cruise, depending on where you're at, because ideally you arrive the day prior to make sure you don't miss your sail-away time the next day. So it would be smart to budget for a local hotel, often $150 to $250, but that can vary. And because Disney cruise book further in advance than an average Disney vacation, you can sometimes get better deals when you book further out. Here are 2 cruises for May 2026, one of which will be on Disney's newest ship, the Disney Destiny. From the examples we've shown here, the cheapest Disney vacation is the 4 nights and 3 park days at the non-Disney hotel near Disneyland at $3,179.07. But keep in mind that is 3 days in the park instead of 4 that you would get at Walt Disney World. What I find extra interesting about these prices is you can find a 4-night Disney cruise with an ocean view stateroom, including gratuity, for less than 5 nights at the Pop Century Hotel with food for 4 nights in the parks, or 4 nights at the Pixar Place Hotel with food. And those are considered either the value or more moderately priced options at their respective resorts. Of course, a Disney Parks vacation is different from a Disney cruise, so if your main thing is the rides and attractions, stick with the parks, but I think you might enjoy the entertainment, character interactions, food, and service aboard the Disney Cruise Line just as much, and in some cases even more, than the parks. Hopefully, no matter which destination you are thinking about visiting, this video has shown you that while yes, these vacations are costly, there are certainly ways to bring those costs down, depending on the hotels you pick, the add-ons you choose to put into place, and how far in advance you plan. In the comments below, I would love to hear some of your cost-saving tips for Disneyland, Disney World, and the Disney Cruise Line. But for now, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all again real soon.
I'm counting up my dollars and checking the price. Each option is so magical, but will it suffice? Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise, which will win and which will lose? I got dreams and dollars, and I'm trying to decide which vacation should I choose, and will my budget survive?